crooked smile. Crooked smile in the sense just a very unusual casual smile she used to give to her friends, the classmates. Not friends, the classmates. Nobody knew exactly why Vanda sat in the seat unless it was because she came all the way from Boggins Heights and her feet were usually caked with dry mud. But no one really thought much about Vanda Petronsky once she sat in the corner of the room. So nobody had a reason. Nobody was able to think why she was sitting in that corner of the classroom, because she was discriminated. She was always discriminated by her classmates. She was always underestimated by her classmates. She was discriminated by her classmates, and she didn't have any friends. She was always lonely, and so she was sitting in the corner of the classroom. And nobody had to find out a reason for this, because nobody had even cared about her. And she was all the way from Boggin Heights. Now here, if you can understand, people who are not the Native Americans used to come from Boggin Heights. There are other Pole people who stays in Boggin Heights, and she used to walk all the way from there to her school, and that's why her feet were usually caked with dry mud. Caked with means full of dry mud. But no one really thought much about Vanda Petronsky once she sat in the corner of the room. The time when they thought about Vanda was outside of school hours. So if there was a time when her classmates used to think of Vanda, was outside the schoolhouse. It was not inside the schoolhouse, it was outside the schoolhouse. Maybe at noontime they used to think when they were coming back to school, or in the morning early before school began, when groups of 2 or 3 or even more would be talking and laughing on their way to schoolyard. So these were the time when they used to think about Vanda, just to have fun, just to make fun of her, and just to discriminate her. Not inside the classroom they ever noticed Vanda, or they never cared about Vanda. Then sometimes they waited for Vanda to have fun with her. The next day, that is Tuesday, Vanda was not in school either, and nobody noticed her absence again. So the next day, that is Tuesday, she was not in school and nobody noticed her absence. But on Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie, who sat down front with other children who got good marks, who didn't track in a whole lot of mud, did notice that Vanda wasn't there. So now from this part itself you can understand that these people are aristocrat people, that is Peggy and Maddie, or kind of rich people who did not get stuck with mud. That is, their shoes will not have mud, and they are good scoring people. They get good marks, and they used to sit in the front row of the class, and they also make fun. They are very talkative also, but they get good marks also. So these people, Peggy and Maddie, they were this kind of students in the classroom who scored good marks, and they did not get tracked in the whole lot of mud. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. So Peggy was considered to be the popular girl in the school because she was pretty. She had very pretty clothes, and her hair